In this video, we'll discuss the difference quotient and its applications in calculus. In college algebra and in pre-calculus, we talk about lines or linear functions, and we're able to find the slope of the line if we have two ordered pairs. In calculus, we might want to find the slope of a curve at a particular point, and in this case, we'd only have one point. So let me give you an example on this picture here. I'm going to call this point here x and then the function value at x. And I'm going to call this ordered pair here x plus h and then f of x plus h. And what I mean by x plus h is just some value h units away from x. So if I were trying to find my slope here, I would do the difference of the y's, f of x plus h minus f of x, over x plus h minus x. And you can see that that simplifies into what we call the difference quotient, all over h. So this is what we call our difference quotient. I often label it dq. Now what we want to do is move this point down the curve closer to this point here. And in that case, the point x plus h is going closer to the point x. In other words, the h value is getting close to 0. So we really want to take a look at this and say, what happens when h gets really small? That's going to be our question in calculus. So what happens is we have this secant line. This secant line crosses the curve in two different places. But as we move the x plus h point towards the x, we're able to find the slope of the tangent line. And that slope of the tangent line will give us the slope at that particular point. Here's an illustration of that exactly. Now, what we're going to do is find the difference quotient for several different functions. We're going to start with just a polynomial. Now, my recommendation is, especially when you're learning, that you start by just finding f of x plus h. Now remember that means we're going to plug x plus h in where we have this x value here. So we're going to get 2 times x plus h quantity squared minus 3 times x plus h plus 5. And I'm going to simplify that. So when I FOIL here, I get x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 3x minus 3h plus 5. Okay, so this is our f of x plus h. And we want f of x plus h, which we just found, minus f of x, which we were given, all over h. So our difference quotient is going to be this expression here. I'm going to distribute that 2 at this point. 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared minus 3x minus 3h plus 5 minus f of x, 2x squared minus 3x plus 5, all over h. And what you'll notice is several of these terms, once we distribute this negative through, and that's important that you put those parentheses there, because if you don't, things won't turn out correctly. We have 2x squared minus 2x squared, so that's going to add to 0. We also have minus 3x, and when I distribute this negative, this will be plus 3x, so that is going to add to 0. And we also have plus 5 minus 5. If all of this second piece doesn't go away, then you've probably done something incorrectly. So at this point, we have 4xh plus 2h squared minus 3h all over h. I'm going to factor an h out of the numerator. So that will give me 4x plus 2h minus 3 all over h. And these h's will cancel. So this is the difference quotient. Now you can see that if I then ask myself, well, what happens as h goes to 0, that 2h term will go away. That's really a question for calculus. At this point, we just want to calculate the difference quotient. So finding a difference quotient for a polynomial is not too difficult. As long as we follow that process, we can find the difference quotient of lots of different kinds of functions. So here we have a radical equation or function, and I'm going to start by finding g of x plus h like we did before. And that's going to give us the square root of x plus h plus 4 minus 5. And then I'm going to set up my difference quotient. So that's going to be the square root of x plus h plus 4 minus 5 minus the square root of x plus 4 minus 5 all over h, which is going to be the square root of x plus h plus 4. The minus 5 plus 5 is going to go away, and we get minus the square root of x plus 4 over h. Now, while this is the difference quotient, we can simplify this. And this technique is something that you'll use in calculus. Let me write this down again. X plus h plus 4 minus the square root of x plus 4 all over h. Since we're going to want to let h go to 0, and we know we can't have an h in the denominator, we have to have a way to get that h out of the denominator. And so what we do is we multiply the top and the bottom of this fraction by the conjugate of the piece that has the radicals. So the square root of x plus h plus 4 plus the square root of x plus 4, square root of x plus h plus 4 plus the square root of x plus 4. So I'm multiplying by 1, which means I'm not changing the value. So I'm going to multiply on the top. I'm just going to FOIL. We're going to get x plus h plus 4 plus the square root of x plus 4 times the square root of x plus h plus 4 minus the square root of x plus 4 times the square root of x plus h plus 4. And then when I multiply the two lasts, I'll get minus x plus 4. Looks awful, doesn't it? Well, not really. What happens, which is why we do this, is on the numerator, these two terms will add to 0. So simplifying, and I'm going to distribute this negative as I go, I get x plus h plus 4 minus x minus 4 over this denominator. We notice that many of these terms are going to add to 0. We're not going to say cancel because they're not, although we do put a slash through it, they're adding to 0, they're not canceling. And then you'll notice you have an h over an h. So those will cancel, and we will end up with 1 over the square root of x plus h plus 4 plus the square root of x plus 4. Okay, let's take a look at one more example. In this example, we have a rational function. So we've got the function 1 over x. So just like before, I'm going to start by finding the function value at x plus h. 1 over x plus h. And then when I put it into my difference quotient, I'm going to have 1 over x plus h, that's f of x plus h, minus f of x, which is 1 over x, all over h. In this case, we have what we call a complex fraction. So one way to simplify a complex fraction is to look at all of the denominators, 1, x, and x plus h, and find the least common denominator, which in this case is x times x plus h, and multiply that on the top and on the bottom. So essentially we're multiplying by the number 1, so we're not changing the value, but watch what happens. When I distribute here, the x plus h cancels. And when I distribute here, the x's cancel. On the bottom, nothing cancels, so we have x times h times x plus h. Simplifying, x minus x is going to go to 0. We get minus h over x, h times x plus h. Now we can cancel those, and our result is negative 1 over x times x plus h. That concludes this video on the difference quotient.